Kansas City police and the NFL are investigating Las Vegas Raider Davante Adams for assault. It's for that post-game shove as he left the...
Anything else, I want to apologize to the guy. It was some guy running off the field, and he ran, jumped in front of me. We coming off the field, and I bumped into him and kind of pushed him, and then he ended up on the ground. So I want to say sorry to him for that, because that was just frustration mixed with him running and literally just running in front of me. Shouldn't have responded that way, but that's how I initially responded. So I want to apologize to him for that.
In this last Monday Night Football game against the Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams was the center of attention because of an incident he had with a cameraman. Now, a lot of people have been saying, oh, Davante Adams needs to be punished. Oh, Davante Adams just straight up shoved this cameraman, but there is actually more to the story, and we're going to go down and show a different angle of what actually happened. This is from Doug Gottlieb and the Doug Gottlieb Show, showing this interesting angle of Davante Adams, his interaction with this cameraman. Now, as you can see here, Davante Adams is walking in. This is the end of the game, and he is going into the tunnel in which he is going to go into the locker room. So he is exiting the game. And what happens is this cameraman just runs right into him. Davante Adams reacts like anybody would have and does a little shove as this guy comes full speed in front of him, where he should not be, by the way, which we're going to go into more detail about.
That was just frustration mixed with him running and literally just running in front of me.
Running right into him in his vicinity, Adams doing the little shove there. And here's what really happened, man. The NFL is getting involved. They're doing an investigation. We've seen how the officiating was in this Chiefs versus Raiders game, and now the NFL just wants to pile on by doing an investigation and keeping one of our players out for a significant amount of time. We've seen a lot of players do far worse things and not serve any suspension time, and now Davante Adams is going to be investigated by the NFL. We'll see what happens. They have the bye week, so Jeff Darlington believes this may take some time for them to decide as to what's going to happen next because of the bye week. But interesting comment here from the Talk on CBS, making a good point about the fact that that area needs to be clear where the players are going into the locker room when they're exiting the field.
You know, when players are coming into the stadium and when they're exiting the stadium, the tunnel should be clear.
Yeah, that's part of the rules. The tunnel is supposed to be clear when they're entering and exiting the stadium. And then you had this guy, I mean, clearly in front of the tunnel, walking full force here with the camera right in front of Davante Adams. It's almost like he was trying to go in front of Davante Adams on purpose here. I don't know. If you know that in the rules and you're doing it, it's kind of bizarre.
NFL security to make sure that the tunnel
and NFL security is supposed to make sure that that tunnel is clear, and that is not what they did. Then you had some people on Twitter talking about this, saying that they used to do field photography and security prevented people from crossing that area when the players left the field. And this is actually a way that people lose their credential. TMZ, though, is reporting on this story, saying how this cameraman, who, as we've seen, went in an area that he was not supposed to go into, interfered with the player's ability to exit the field, came right in front of Davante Adams there from that new angle. He has now filed a police report. So who knows what he wants? We know Davante Adams, has a lot of money. This cameraman having the situation happening to him, trying to probably get some money as well. I'm sure being a cameraman here doesn't pay that much, right? So now he's going to try and perhaps get the bag from Davante Adams, even though we got to ask, why was this cameraman going in this area that he was not allowed to go in, interfering with Davante Adams' ability to exit the field? And what kind of punishment does this really warrant? Should Davante Adams be suspended for this behavior when this cameraman is not an angel either in this situation? But TMZ is reporting that a police report from the cameraman has been filed. We'll see what happens. Davante Adams apologized to the guy, said he was frustrated with the way the game ended, and then he ran in front of me. This guy ran in front of Davante Adams. As Davante Adams is reporting here, as he exited, and his immediate reaction was to, in a sense, defend himself. Shove here, and he felt horrible, and he apologized to this man, doing the right thing here, and the cameraman. Just like what Highlight Heaven is pointing out here, this is all the cameraman is really thinking. Just the big bag of money, and the media, with their anti-Raiders bias, is going to oblige this cameraman, probably help him get paid. And I would not be surprised if the NFL does a suspension that kind of hurts the Raiders' chances in these upcoming games. Some games that are winnable games, much easier than the first part of the schedule, playing teams like the Texans, playing teams like the Saints, right? I would not be surprised if there's a suspension just to make this a little more difficult for the Raiders. But hopefully justice is served in the right way and the NFL does a fair review. I mean, I can't even believe I'm saying that. I mean, is that really going to happen? Who knows? It's probably going to end up bad, but the Raiders have shown that they have some weapons in different areas. They could bounce back. They could fight against adversity. It's what they did last year, and hopefully they turn things around as the schedule gets a little bit easier. Only 14% of our viewers have notifications turned on. If you're subscribed, turn on notifications so you do not miss a video. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.